Hello everybody, this is Trusteft and Trusteft's Retro Weekend. This time we have Millipede, a classic from the mid to early to mid 80s for the Atari ST, arcade and quite a few consoles of the time. The game actually is not one of my favorite games, although definitely I recommend it to anyone who hasn't played it and wonders how it is. It is, it's obviously a shoot 'em up, with enemies approaching mostly from up, down, going down, and there are some later on which appear from the sides and strike even from the bottom. You have your spacecraft, or whatever you want to call it, which is basically the Atari symbol at the bottom of the screen, shooting at the enemy. You can move it in all directions up to about 1/4 height of the screen. There are bombs, let's call them. You can see them in the middle of the screen and top, looking like candies, which is really not good, with the letters DDT, which is a infamous what's it called? Well, anything. It's something that kills bugs and bad stuff that happened to plants, and later on it was discovered that it also killed the people through cancer. Yeah, anyway, back to the game. You get flooded by a a large variety of enemies coming from all directions, and you have to survive. Now, not only you have to deal with all the enemies, but you have to deal with the mushrooms, which are left behind during gameplay either by enemies or by enemies. Yep, that's what I'm going with. The graphics are quite good for the time, and for the Atari ST version I think they are quite good in terms of what the system can do. Not that this is of course the limit of what the system can do, although I'm sure some fanatics of the Amiga will think so. But you know, I mean, the game, the original arcade was only so beautiful. What do you expect from the Atari ST to do? Make it even... well, it did do it more beautiful to look at, I guess. Anyway, let's continue. It's a tough little game. It's a bit unfair at times. Enemies can and will change course as they are moving without any warning, sort of. The enemies can and will disappear for a couple of seconds, just enough so that you lose them, and then poof, you're gone. The only help you have is the DDT bombs. Spread it, yeah, why not spread it around the screen, but not much of a help really, since they only do damage to a very small section of the screen near where they are located. But yeah, if you fire them, you get some help, potentially. What else? Well, you get a new life every 10,000 points, which is of course great. Although I think you can change that somehow, I don't remember. And yeah, this is Millipede. Nothing much more to say. One thing that I will say that is against the game. If I remember correctly, Centipede, which was the game before this, the prequel if you wish, had the option to use the mouse, which might not sound that's a great idea, but it was definitely more faithful to the original, which had the trackball in the arcades, and I think even on some consoles. Unfortunately, Millipede doesn't seem to have that option, but you know, that's life. Thank you very much for watching, and if you want you can keep watching the rest of this video. It's about 3.5 minutes left to see how this game ends. Spoiler alert, I lose. Thank you for watching, bye.